What's up everybody, Bryson Michael RC here, and I've got another print cosplay in 3D for you guys today. Today's a fun one, but it's not a movie accurate one, so I'm kind of a little let down about that. I'm not as excited about it, and I'll kind of let you know the reason that it's not a movie quality one is because I got on and I found a movie quality one for free, and I got the files and everything for it, and I sliced it up on Mesh Mixer, and as soon as I sliced it up on Mesh Mixer, I moved it back over to Cura, and I started doing the layer thing, and I'm glad that I did. I put it into where it shows the layers being built up, and the top part of the helmet would never fill in at all. It had this huge head structural problem in the top, so I couldn't get it fixed. I tried over and over to get it fixed, so I went and I trashed that whole idea, and I got another one, which was the brand new one that's going to be out in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Oh, by the way, we're doing the Ant-Man helmet today. But I found the one that's in Ant-Man and the Wasp, the brand new movie that's coming out, and I wanted to do that one so bad. I was even willing to get the entire helmet and just Dremel out the parts that I needed to Dremel out. Same thing happened to that one. So the only one that I could find that didn't have structural problems was this one right here, and it's absolutely not movie accurate by all means to any of the movies that are out or coming out. So, what I did whenever I made this is I kind of like to imagine my own, my own universe. Kind of like just imagine that this might have been Hank Pym's, Pym. At one point, maybe the first Ant-Man, the one that we don't get to see, is kind of the way that I looked at this. And so I made it to be, it was out in the Cold War era, it's 2018 now. So, I kind of put a lot of weathering, a lot of gunk and grime on it. I tried to make the metal seem like it was like old school metal, like it's been beat up, it's been used by Hank Pym, who used it the first time. That's kind of what I did, and I got it as close as I could to the movie, and then I did a few things on my own. So anyways, without further ado, this is the Ant-Man helmet, and you guys may have previously seen it on, I'll put a video right here of the 3D printing nerd. He printed out an orange and pink one right here that wasn't done, but I finished mine, and I'm going to show you right now. Here is my Ant-Man helmet, the free Ant-Man helmet from Thingiverse right here. I'll give you guys a good spin around of this helmet. See, it looks like it's pretty beat up. In fact, I had a spot in the top that split because it had such a thin layer on it. It ended up splitting for some weird reason. And what I did, instead of actually smoothing it out and stuff, is I kind of left it all gunky. Smoothed it down just a little bit, but I wanted all those creases and everything. That way the black could kind of get in and out of it, almost like it was like, I wanted as much dense. I didn't want the 3D filament, so I smoothed it out to where you couldn't see the actual filament lines. Enough that you couldn't see the actual filament lines, but I tried to leave enough unsmoothness so it looks like it's a little beat up. I think the weathering turned out amazingly on this. This thing was pretty tough to paint. It was. There's a whole lot of details and a whole lot of cracks and crevices and stuff. There's no process video to this one right here because I was actually in the middle of... I made this one first, and this is the 4th of July special, and I've got tons and tons of footage on that one. And while I was making that one, I was trying to print this off, and something ended up happening that was my fault to the Anycubic i3 Mega that I'm printing all of this stuff on. And then I had to jerry-rig the Anycubic myself in order to get it to work, so I couldn't get the antennas fixed. So I ended up finishing this one up, and then when I finally got this, for some reason I got this together, painted everything in like 3 days. It was quick, and forgot to break the camera out. So there's no process video to this one right here. It's pretty straightforward. You guys can go look at any of my other process videos if you guys would like to learn how to smooth, to learn how I do all sorts of stuff. I put magnets in this one. This is the first one that's got magnets in it, but it's not the first one that I made with magnets in it because that one right there has magnets in it, but you guys haven't seen that one yet. That one's going to be on the 4th of July special. Anyways, this has got magnets in it. I tried some new things. I got a red visor in it right here, and I'm going to break this apart here in a second, kind of show you guys all of this. This does fit. This does come apart. That's one of the really cool things about it. One of the best things that I like about this helmet right here is it does come apart into 3 different pieces, and you can kind of put it all together on your head, so you don't have to like squeeze into anything like this one I have to squeeze into. This one I had to put padding and stuff in it to where it didn't move around too much. This one doesn't fit, but it fits my daughter, but it still needs some padding and stuff to get it in there. I didn't have to do anything with this one except for put the magnets in so it stays together because it's a little loose. It kind of falls apart really easily. It's not tight, so I put some magnets in it and I did some other things to it. But that's one thing that I think is really cool is the separate pieces. And let's just show you guys right now. It goes, you can take the ventilation system thing off here. You guys can see that. And you guys can see the actual color of the filament in here. It's bright green. So I always leave the inside of these things with the filament so you guys can see it. So you can see inside there the filament. So you guys can actually see what the filament looked like, and you can see the difference between the filament lines here and then no filament lines here. So you guys can kind of just see the difference in that. So I used Bondo on this, and I used wood filler, and I wet sanded. All three of those things, which will be in this process video. Exactly the same things that I did to this one, I did to this. So next week when I put out the process video for this, and I'm going to put it out in sections, so I'm going to start putting the process videos out before this comes out, and then I'm going to do the reveal video. If you guys would like to know how I did this, it's the exact same way that I did this. Even when it comes down to putting the black detail lines and stuff in it. It's just more of it. So, and then the front pops off like that. So you can see that it's got this red, it's like a 88-cent envelope paper divider thing that I just kind of chopped and taped into here. Looks all cruddy on the inside here, but it looks really good on this side here. So you can kind of see my eyes. And you can see the magnets that are placed right there on the top. They're just rare earth magnets because this slides in super easy. And the magnets just kind of give it some extra hold. In the original print, and I could have taken extra time to do this, in the original print these actually disconnect. There's a ball joint right there. This kind of just pops into that. But once you start adding paint and all sorts of stuff into it, then it kind of either makes it loose or makes it tighter or all sorts of different stuff. So what I ended up doing is just putting some of that water seal putty inside of here and keeping these in place because you don't need them to move around. You can just pop. These ones are tight. You can pop these ones on, and you can see that I didn't put any paint or anything in here because I wanted this to just be the ends here have a little bit of paint on them, and so I just wanted that to be the right fit, and it is. So I matched everything up and I set it up to where this needed to be. And then I put the putty down inside in the ball joints and then pushed these down in on it, and it set perfectly. So that kind of just sets like that. And you can, what you can do if you want to is just pop this and move this kind of down. And I'll show you guys this on. So it almost fits me perfectly. My ears are just a little big, so I gotta wiggle around here a little bit. So that goes on like so, and I can move this around, clip that, boom, just like that. And then the front, and it just goes right in like that. And then it's got it on. And then you can still see the eyes just enough. Whoa, you know how he's always like, oh. So yeah. Let me pop this back off. I'm just gonna pop both of them off. It gets a little foggy in here. I think what I need to do is cut some actual vents in the front of this, kind of towards the sides. That way whenever you breathe into here, your breath comes straight out instead of coming straight up, because it does get a little foggy in there. Not too bad, but it does get a little foggy. And the magnets aren't too strong. I mean, you can see the little tiny rare earth magnets here. Just 4 of them. If I wanted to make it tighter, I could have put some down here. In fact, on this one here, I ended up doubling up a lot of these ones, and that one's on there tough. So, but you guys will see that next week. I need to stop talking about that one. I'll get to that one next. I'm excited about this one, and I'm still waiting on the eyes to come in. So, but like I said, I imagine that the original Hank Pym. I imagine that the original helmet was probably the first movie's helmet was designed after the original helmet, so that's kind of whenever I put this together, I kept that in mind to keep it as close as I could to the movie one helmet, but also kind of do it in my own way, almost like the first helmet would have been done, because you know he would have used a different helmet. He wouldn't give Scott, a criminal and a felon, his actual suit and helmet that he used. Maybe not. I don't know. They showed him in it. But it was really fast. And did you really get a good look at the helmet? No, you didn't. But anyways, that's it right there. I don't know much else that I can say to you guys except for this was a ton of fun to make. It got me a lot of practice on the weathering and stuff. I think I did a pretty dang good job on that, and it made me want to print the actual movie one really bad, that has the front that goes up and then this that goes down. I seen somebody on YouTube, I'll put a video right here, of him, just a completely movie accurate 3D printed helmet, and it was just amazing. And there's an awesome new website that I found. I'll put a picture right here of the website that you can go to that has the most amazing prints, I think, and they cost money. They're not free like on Thingiverse. All of these prints that I've done so far have been Thingiverse, but I'm going to be moving on to some other free websites that I've gotten into a little bit. But I'm also going to order some of these as well as soon as, you know, more people start getting into it and I start getting more interaction, more people leaving comments and things like that. I'll start ordering the actual files for some of these really amazing prints that are just movie quality, extremely accurate, and I'd love to start printing some of those on the Anycubic, because after something like this that's not movie quality at all, not movie accurate at all, and it still ended up being a really good piece. It still ended up looking really good as far as I'm concerned. And I think that if I got an actual movie quality one that I really cared about, and one that I really wanted to make special or something, I think that I could really do some awesome stuff with that, and I think I could get it as movie accurate as anybody can. This just made me want to do it even more. It really did. It really did. And I really do like this helmet, in a sense of, you know, if this was, you know, Hank's helmet, then it would make more sense. But it really looks good on the shelf next to the other ones. Love the fact that it comes apart into 3 parts. Whoever put that together really thought about it and really thought about how it needed to come together, and that attention to detail is what I really appreciate, because then I didn't have to take it like most of these helmets on here and take the whole one, resize it, split it in Mesh Mixer myself. I didn't have to do any of that. Everything was already split into pieces. You can see on the inside of the helmet all the little squares here. There must be these little plugs that go in here on another website or something, because there's all these little square pieces, so you know that you're aligned. So all these pieces, it goes 1, the ears 1, 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then 6, and 7, 8, 9, and 10 pieces all together. So, and it really, they put some thought and some effort into this, and I really appreciate that. This is something that if you wanted to spend more time, like 2 weeks, and really get the Bondo worked in and things like that, you could actually work off of this and make a movie quality helmet. I just didn't want to spend that much time on it. These are all about taking the print from online, taking the print from Thingiverse, and showing you what the print could look like finished. That's the whole point of these videos. This is not to overly Bondo it and make all these crazy designs on it and all this different stuff. It's not to show you guys my skill in painting and Bondoing and sanding and all that different stuff. It's literally just to show you what the finished product to some of these prints that are free on Thingiverse can actually look like. And this is one of them that I kind of wondered, because I seen the 3D Printing Nerd orange one, and I thought, man, that looks kind of goofy. I wonder what that could actually look like, and I think it looks pretty sick. And I seen the one on Thingiverse that they have pictures of, and you can see all the filament lines in it and stuff, so I wanted to see what it looked like smooth. So it looks pretty good. that's it. That's Ant-Man. New movie coming out, Ant-Man and the Wasp. I'm excited about it. Ant-Man's one of my favorite characters. Ever since the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe started coming out. I know a lot of people probably didn't hear of Ant-Man before the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but the guy who plays Ant-Man, Paul Rudd, is somebody I never expected to be in a Marvel movie, so it makes me that much more happy that he's a superhero and he's playing the Ant-Man, and Ant-Man and the Wasp looks absolutely sick. The next Infinity War is going to have Ant-Man in it, so I am getting an actual Ant-Man helmet done before Infinity War. Maybe not before July the 6th when the Ant-Man and the Wasp movie comes out, which I will be there to see. But before the Infinity Wars, I am getting a new Ant-Man helmet. I've got to get one. It's one of my favorite characters of all time. So, anyways, next week, 4th of July special right here. Right there. And then, after that, we're going to go, and I haven't done this yet besides maybe Darth Vader, one of the biggest characters of all time, one of the most iconic characters of all time, which Darth Vader is one. So you can say out of all these characters, I've only done one really extremely huge iconic characters because I had to do Darth Vader. And the next one that I'm doing is after the 4th of July. This right here. Can you guys tell what it is? Leave a comment in the comments section if you guys would like, if you guys can guess what this is right here. Maybe that's what we'll start doing at the end of these. I'll show you guys a new print and you guys can kind of see a few of the pieces put together and tell me what it is. So, there should be a prize or something. Maybe I can think of something. Guess this first one and then we'll kind of come up with a little contest thing and we'll kind of do a little guessing deal. But if you can guess not just what this is or who this is, but from which it's from. You have to do the whole thing. I can't tell you too much or else it'll give it away. Anyways, my name is Bryson Michael RC. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that notification button. Make sure that you're here every single Thursday to see a new 3D printed cosplay. I'm having so much fun doing this. This one is actually a request from somebody on Facebook. If you get on my Facebook and add me as a friend, you guys can see all of these being made as they're being made, because as I get stuff done, I take pictures and I post them to my Facebook. And so you guys actually see them on Thursday. Everybody on my Facebook has been seeing them throughout the week and saw them 3 or 4 days before you guys got to see them. So if you guys would like to see the progress and me talking about the progress and stuff as I go, oh, this actually goes like that. You can see I kind of sliced it at an angle, didn't I? But you guys can kind of see the progress as I go and stuff like that. Anyways, my name is Bryson Michael RC. We'll see you guys next Thursday or in the next video or something like that. I don't know. We'll see you guys later. Bye.